Alright, stage 4, Monaco Grand Prix. We are on to qualifying stage now. So once again, we got 4 goals to complete here in this stage, and the PR requirement still carrying on from previous stage, 120.2 for Alfa Romeo and this group of team or cars. Alright, so still no, as I said in the previous stage video, no damage allowed anymore, and in this case no off track either, and there are really kind of couple of spots that you can cut the corner a little too close that would be considered off track, like the first corner. If you cut in too close to the right side, you can be disqualified for going off track. And then the other spot that you can go off track is on the other side, on the lower half of the circuit after the tunnel. It's the little left-hander that on the inside corner. Actually, it's like a left-right kind of kink in the circuit. Right? Not quite like this, but not this one coming up, but the next one after this, coming right here on the right side. There's a little bit of space between the edge of the circuit and the wall. So if you go outside, if you go too close to the wall, basically on the right side, you will be disqualified for going off track. So that's the other spot that you can actually clip the circuit, clip the track limit. So anyway, completing yet another lap under minute 10, sort of like how we ended the last stage. So minute 6 and change this time around. So, and I don't think, yeah, they said don't get overtaken. Yeah, well, if you're, not making any mistakes around certain corners, I don't think you will, be overtaken, because your pace is going to be significantly quicker than the rest of the grid, at least at this part of the event. So that'll do it for goal 1. Let's continue on to goal 2, and this one deals with heating up your tires. So at the beginning, most likely the outlap, the grip is going to be, well, not there, right? So just try to heat up those tires as much as you can during this outlap, so when you're when you have to actually do the timed lap under minute 8 seconds and 7.5, as you can see on the screen here, your grip will be all intact. And considering that last goal I finished with time of minute 6 and change, and more or less the same stipulation existed where you cannot go off track or get overtaken or damaged, I think the goal shouldn't be too difficult, right? So we got 100% tires heated up. So here we go. Alright, so nice clean first corner there. And climbing up. And pretty fast right-hander there. And whoa! This is my braking point there. Not paying attention. And then getting stuck behind the tail. That's always troublesome. So that probably costed me a little bit of extra time. So now we're gonna have to try to make the best of whatever's left on this track to see if we can get it under the target time of minute 8 and change. Alright, and do I have to overtake Daniel as well. No, I'll just draft behind maybe. There you go. Alright, not bad. Once again, with a couple of seconds still left on the clock, so not too far off pace compared to the last goal. So, alright. And we'll pick up another couple of hundred driver experience points for that, and some 6,500 motorsport dollars for the reward. Finishing P1. Alright. So let's continue on to the next goal here. So 2 goals down, 2 more to go for stage 4. And goal 3, you have to complete the outlap within minute 10, which obviously should be pretty easy goal. And then you have to set the fastest lap. And as I mentioned earlier, no off track, no damage allowed. Not required. That too. Alright, so yeah, considering that we're about a third way into the circuit, into a lap, that we shouldn't have any difficulty completing this out lap under minute 10. That is like eternity, I think. Considering that we can actually do a full lap. So, alright, but next lap we're gonna have to set the fastest lap. So my thought is more traffic I can clear, the easier time I will have in setting the fastest lap in the next one coming up. So, don't do that. So, but we do have plenty of time left on the clock to wrap up this out lap. There we go, with some 11 seconds I think to spare. Alright, so this lap now will count. And let's see. I may have to make an overtake, I think. Overtake the king of overtake himself, Daniel Ricciardo. I am closing in. I like to think so. Yeah, at this distance, I think I will have to overtake, especially in order to set the fastest lap. The bots do tend to struggle around this bend. They're much closer now, close enough that I can draft. But once again, I don't want to incur any damage. A little bit of contact on by cutting him on the inside. And then now I am at 1 minute mark as I am coming to wrap up this challenge at minute 5 and change. Alright. Or minute, well yeah, that's once again counting the pre-lap as well. So 2 minutes 4 seconds total. Just little bit of payout, not much at all, but I'll take it. And let's see, I guess we finished 10th place, but still considered fastest lap. Fine, we'll move on. We got one more goal to wrap up this stage, and I do have that. I would like to try to wrap up the whole event, if not as close as possible, while that 3-hour instant service offer is going on. So alright, and to wrap up this final goal, of course, we do have a PR requirement bump, now up to 121.5 for the Alfa Romeo. And if you're running higher base PR team, then your PR requirement will be higher as well, all the way up to 121.9 for Mercedes, which has the highest base PR. So we do need to get a few more tunings going here, which does help with getting more team principal XP. So Alright, so final goal for the stage. We gotta heat up those tires once again and set the fastest lap without going off track or damaging your car. Alright, so strategy, once again, kind of the same idea here. We'll try to warm up these wheels in the pre-lap, and then once the grip is at 100%, we can really attack the circuit, attack the lap. Alright, so 70% and counting. Alright. So we're right on pace to get the tire grip up to 100%. There we go. Now we'll have to attack from here, really, so we can start the lap as we cross the line here, start line, at a maximum speed. Ooh, a little close on the left side. We're too excited about attacking the lap. You gotta make sure you steer and brake as well, right? Not quite like a NASCAR. Just go flat out. Alright. Another right-hander, the tricky one right before the tunnel. Alright, and notice even though this challenge is a fastest lap challenge, generally they will tell you who's setting what kind of time, so you can kind of gauge yourself where you are. This event does not show you any of that information, so you just have to kind of go blind, and hopefully you're going on pace to complete the goal, which in my case here, I was good enough to complete the goal with the lap time of 1:05 and change. Alright, so this one, they're actually counting the actual lap time, not including the pre-lap time, which is good, less confusing. And 256 driver XP, 6,500 motorsport dollars for the effort, and that will get us to wrap up yet another stage here, the penultimate stage, which will leave us with just the one final stage for the event, which will be the actual main event, right? Grand Prix event. So alright, but before that, let's pick up some rewards for the stage completion here. So for stage 4, 60,000 motorsport dollars, which by the way is higher than the last stage payout, because last stage pays out actually 50,000. So, but the gold reward, 10 gold, which is not as high as the final stage. So that'll do it for this stage. So we'll catch you guys in the final stage. So see you then.